everybody. And guess what?
What?
I didn't have any of the recording up. I didn't have it up anywhere yet. So damn it. That was supposed to be the beginning of the video. I just pulled an April Fool's joke on Chris, everybody. I'm sorry you missed it. If I can, I think there's a way for me to upload the video. I'll do it later. Edit it out and do stuff like that. So today is the episode of Nobody and Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
That's the movies that we are looking to do today. I got some good news segments coming up in the middle, like we always do. And, we're going to do our thing because that's what we do, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. Are you ready to hit that theme music and we get into the shindig?
I think so. Are you ready? Take that beer. He wants to.
Wait.
Suck that down, pal.
All right. Let's do it.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
And welcome to a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're going to be talking the two new movies that are just lighting up not just streaming, but the first two movies to be lighting up the box office.
Oh, fuck yeah.
People are actually going to the movies to see these.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
Which, to be honest, I went to a movie to see the first one, which is going to be Nobody, featuring first the great, the awesome, always magnificent Bob Odenkirk.
Clearly, his taste in women is the same as his taste in lawyers, only the very best, with just the right amount of dirty.
Ooh.
And then we got Connie Nelson playing his wife in the movie.
Be careful in the world of men, Diana. They do not deserve you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the great, the amazing Christopher Lloyd.
How could I have been so careless? 1.21 gigawatts! Tom, how am I going to generate that kind of power? It can't be done, can it?
Who is the Tom that he's talking to?
He's talking to his father, right?
No.
Tom. Tell
Edison.
Me oh, gotcha. Yeah.
He's talking to a picture of Tom Edison. Yeah. Thomas Edison. But also in this movie is, man, you say his name because I'll butcher it all to hell.
Oh, fuck. Neil brought this up to me earlier. Someone try to say it.
It's Alexei Sabrakov?
No, Alexei Serebryakov. Oh, fuck. Alexei
Serebryakov. I'm not good at Russian.
I mean, Yakov ends with Yakov.
I am not good at Russian, so okay. I can't get that name right. Michael Ironside is also on this. You would know him from Total Recall. RZA. He pops up in it. Colin Salmon, he was really good in it. It's a nice movie. We're going to talk about that first. And then the second movie we're going to talk about. Oh, give me that sound effect. Give me that sound effect. Yes. We're going to talk about the one, the only, the two massive monsters that are killing the box office for the first time in a year. That is Godzilla versus Kong. Starring first, the one, the only, the great Alexander Skarsgård.
The bond between a vampire and his maker is stronger than you can imagine. Perhaps one day you'll find out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wilson, this dude.
Which that's from True Blood. Were you a True Blood fan?
No, man.
I got a True Blood somewhere around here.
I don't dislike True Blood. I'm not a fan of it.
You're not a fan of vampires that are sexy as hell?
I've seen Twilight.
No.
I'm messing with you.
Alexander Skarsgård is a vampire. I'm sorry. I am not gay, but I will be openly gay for Alexander Skarsgård. He would look me in the eye and I'd be like, yes, I am questioning all my sexualities. Yes, I'm totally going with you. All right. Then
we had someone drop off when you said that.
Talking about some Stranger Things. Also in this movie, Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Friends don't lie.
What?
You say soon on day 21. You say soon on day 205. You now say soon on day 326.
That's good. No,
Yeah, that's good.
Long clip.
And yeah, that was kind of a long one. And then Rebecca Hall.
Yeah, who exactly is going to make love?
Hopefully the three of us.
Oh my God.
I'll get you a bill.
Jesus, this guy, he doesn't beat around the bush. Look, senor, maybe in a different life.
Yeah, so that's from actually Vicky Christie Barcelona, which I think was a Woody Allen film though.
Yeah, it was many years ago. Brian Tyree Henry's in this movie. He does great. Also,
Julian
we
Dennis,
have Julie Dennis. Man, that guy's popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Kyle Chandler is in this movie. He was in
Lance
the
Reddick?
previous Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
And Kaylee Hoddle, that we'll talk about later. She plays a little girl.
Lance Reddick's in this too. Lance Reddick.
Oh man, it just goes on. And I'm going to talk about my theory on the whole monster movies here, because I literally it's not a spoiler at all, whatever. I literally watched the entire the new monster universe yesterday. I watched Godzilla, Kong, Skull Island, Godzilla King of Monsters, and then I went right into Godzilla versus Kong. Like, I went right in order. I mean, as soon as the credits hit, I just pushed play on the next one. So like, I literally had the time to do it yesterday, and I'll tell you that why in a little bit.
And we're having a specialist on today, right? Like a super fan of Godzilla,
yeah,
right?
Later on we're gonna have a super fan pop in of the good old Godzilla universe, so he's gonna help us out. When we get to him, I'll be more than happy to introduce him. Chris, where can they find us?
You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We have Patreon, patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. We have a bonfire. You can find t-shirts. Just search our name in the bonfire, and we'll pop up and get shirts. Like,
there's an Ape versus Lizard shirt on there.
Yeah, and there's also that shirt Neil's wearing right there. That you can get that one there.
That one right there.
Yeah, you can't get this hat, sadly. This is custom order. But
and then my father-in-law has a shirt with our faces on it, and it's just
so weird, man.
It's just so weird to see my face on a shirt.
We had a fan post them, him wearing our shirt.
Yeah, that was Chris. He's a good guy. I met him many years ago. It just seems like I run into him at every like rock concert I went to in Kansas City. Like, if it's a rock concert, me and him were both there, and then we'd talk for a couple minutes and go do what we had to go do.
And now he's wearing our faces on his shirt.
Oh yeah, he supports local podcasts, man, because we're the best. We're amazing.
I think that's all. Like, we're on YouTube. Just search Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We are the channel. If you guys want to subscribe, I'm not going to say no. You know what I mean?
No. Subscribe. Ask us questions. We love questions.
Yeah.
We answer all kinds of questions. We have so much useless knowledge in our head. I have no idea why we haven't been on Jeopardy yet.
No, I mean, yeah. Where you at, Ken Jennings? Come on, dude.
Yeah. So first, let's talk about a couple things. I had a couple of
we got a sponsor, right?
Oh, yeah, sponsor. Let me do the sponsor real quick. I'm sorry. That's my bad. The sponsor this week is Biscuits Kitchen. Biscuits Kitchen offer canine cuisine for Tulsa County and the surrounding areas. Select menus are available at the schedule opportunities and by special order. Call in or email. See their current menu items and available for delivery with a $25 minimum order and a $5 delivery charge. Event calendar is coming soon. You can go see them at biscuitskitchen.com, or you can go to their Facebook, which is at Biscuits Kitchen Oklahoma on Facebook. And we bought a quiche from this lady. She was at the dog park we were at. And by any means, we didn't go look her out or anything like that. We were just taking our dog to the dog park. And this lady, we got a quiche. My dog not only ate the quiche, was eating the plastic container that it was in afterwards. So really good, healthy foods that she makes for dogs. And if you look at them, you really think it's like food for you. Like, you think you're going to be able to eat it. Maybe you can. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't try it. I should have.
Alistair had fun with all the other dogs around?
Yeah, my dog Alistair had a great time.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yep. So how's your week been, man?
It's been good, man. Just I got a new guitar. I got a Martin.
You got a new guitar.
Fuck
yeah.
Martin acoustic guitar, man. I've been down. I ordered Sunday, with permission from my wife, and it showed up Wednesday. In the box that I couldn't open it for 24 hours due to like climate change. But I read online. I was like, I'll open it after 4. So after work, I just tore that shit open, and it plays wonderful. It sounds beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You should just at the end of this podcast, you just should go grab your guitar and just play it on the air for everybody.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we just...
So this week I got fired.
I heard you told me.
But to be honest, it wasn't like I did not see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like these people hired me and they lied to me.
Yeah.
They said I was going to do warm calling, that they're going to have leads and I was going to follow them to call people. But instead, it just got to the point where I was looking at a Google map trying to figure out who to call because it's lawn care. So I'd look at like corporate buildings and be like, they look like they probably use lawn service. And then I'd have to figure it out on my own. And then it didn't help that the first 5 days of the job, they gave me like a 45-page pamphlet that they told me to study. And then 5 days in, they're like, yeah, don't study that. You really don't need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, I just got so many mixed signals from them. And then like at this past week, I think it was Friday last week or Thursday, I was just like, I don't think this job's going to scan out. I really don't think these people know what the hell they're looking for. And because of that, that's going to they're going to probably can me just because they did not get what they were looking for. And they wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah. It's a company that sounds like they're a company that didn't really know what they were doing. And so they hired someone to do what they didn't know how to do,
Yeah.
And then when digging the results they want, I guess it doesn't work this way.
Yeah, and it was sad, but they were nice people, and I was like, look, I get it, I know why you're letting me go, but I made a little bit of money and whatever, a little extra money in our accounts, and I'll find something else. I'm not too afraid of that, but it was just really sad because I was like, I could have helped them out so much if they would have just. When people release the leash on me and they say, hey, go do this, I could have got them free advertisement across websites. I could have done stuff on Instagram, Facebook, on, done stuff. If you gave me $50, I could have advertised us across, 4 different platforms, but they just didn't do it. So instead, this week, one night I got really stoned and watched Bad Trip.
You got to. I saw watch that. It's great if you're stoned.
Oh my god, it was funny. It was like Bad Grandpa or Jackass.
Yeah, it's Eric Andre doing what Eric Andre does. So,
yeah, and he does a great job of it. And they were pranking people in real life.
Yeah,
and Tiffany Haddish was in it too.
This is before she was huge, by the way. This is before she was huge. If she did this now, people like that's Tiffany Haddish. But when this was filmed, probably 2 years ago, maybe about that long ago.
It was right before the pandemic. They refilmed it.
Yeah.
So she was still huge, but she looked different because she had tattoos on her face. She had her hair in cornrols.
Yeah. Bad Trip. I watched all. Yeah, I was gonna talk about it, but we're talking about 2 giant movies. So Bad Trip, if it's funny. If you
have a chance, go see Bad Trip.
It's on Netflix.
Watch it on Netflix. It's something funny. Also, HBO Max this week released the Tina Turner documentary, which is a 2-hour documentary.
Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, we watched it.
Is it good?
We watched it the other night, the Tuesday night. We watched it.
Is it good?
Oh my gosh. She, talks about the abuse that she went through, about being drugged around by a dog, by a leash, and she says, the reason I left America was just because I was tired of talking about it. I was so tired. She thought releasing a book, which was written by Kurt Loder from MTV News, if you remember that.
Kurt Loder, yeah, that
guy. And then she did an interview, and then they did the movie. And she thought if she put it out there, maybe people would stop asking her about Ike Turner and just say, hey, we're talking about you now. And that's not what happened. And that's why she lives in Switzerland. She lives in Switzerland.
Yeah. You want to go there and visit her?
I would. I mean, she seems cool, man.
Yeah.
She's a pimp. I think everybody thinks Ike was the pimp. No, Tina was the pimp. She laid the smack hand down.
Fuck Ike. I don't like Ike.
No, I don't like Ike. Fuck Ike.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get into this first movie because I really want to talk about it so badly, because this is the first experience besides renting out the movie theater for Spaceballs and me and you going to see Tenet.
Yeah.
Me and my father-in-law went and seen this movie. The one, the only, Nobody. Tell us.
It's directed by Elia Nashor. He directed Hardcore Henry. I really liked Hardcore Henry. Did you see it?
Yes, we've talked about it before.
Yeah, it's like a first-person shooter sort of that movie, and it's also, I mean, it's not for people who get motion sickness, but
it's first person. It's like a first-person shooter.
Yeah, it's really unique, and then also directed by Derek Kolstad. You guys know Derek Kolstad for writing all the John Wick movies, so it was
and not just the John Wick movies. You're missing the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is the most popular.
4 and 3, 3 and 4. He wrote that, and he's also doing the screenplay for Just Cause, which is another video game movie.
And he's writing the Hitman TV series that's coming out soon,
and the Continental, which I can't wait for, man. The Continental.
That's based on the hotel from John Wick. Oh gosh, yeah.
This stars Bob Odenkirk.
Clearly, his taste in women is the same as his taste in lawyers, only the very best, with just the right amount of dirty.
Which is from Better Call Saul, which is one of the best spinoffs off of a TV show.
I think I like him more than Breaking Bad, dude. I think I like him more than Breaking Bad. I think I like him more than Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great. They just now filmed. I sent you the link to an interview he just did. And they're just now filming the second episode. So that's how far behind they are.
And then we got Kai Nielsen.
Be careful in the world of men, Diana. They do not deserve you.
And then we got the legendary Christopher Lloyd.
Whoa, we can't jump over what that's from. That was her as the queen, or Diana Prince's mom from Wonder Woman. You know, and of course we want to restore the Snyderverse. What?
Just so you guys know, Neil picked the clips, so I don't know if
hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Well, I mean, since the Snyder cut is a big thing right now, we gotta give her props for that because she went back and filmed those scenes.
And then we got the legendary Christopher Lloyd as David Mansell, who's Hutch's father.
How could I have been so careless? 1.21 gigawatts! Tom, how am I going to generate that kind of power? It can't be done, can it?
Do you want to read the storyline real quick? Read my Universal Pictures?
Oh, definitely. I have to get down to it. Emmy winner Bob Odenkirk stars as Hutch Mansell, an underestimated and overlooked dad and husband, taking life's indulgences on the chin and never pushing back. A nobody when two thieves break into his suburban home one night. Hutch declines to defend himself or his family, hoping to prevent serious violence. His teenage son, Blake, is disappointed in him, and his wife, Becca, seems to pull only further away. The aftermath of an incident strikes a match to Hutch's long-serving rage, triggering dominant instincts and propelling him on a brutal path that will surface dark secrets and lethal skills in a barrage of fists, gunfire, and squealing tires. Hutch must save his family from a dangerous adversary and ensure that he will never be underestimated. Oh, of course it ended as a nobody again.
So can I say something real quick? I didn't like this movie.
You didn't like Nobody? Fuck you!
Dude, no, I fucking love this movie. I was fucking with you. I love this movie.
Oh, dude. Me and my father, the April Fools.
April Fools, I love this movie.
Yeah. Me too, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was having a great time watching this movie. Me and my father-in-law, we went to a small like Screenland, Kansas City Screenland type of theater called Cinemark, not Cinemark, but Cinematic Screen here, which has been here here in Tulsa for a long time. The owner was there. He was the one running everything. Really nice guy. But it was just me and him, and we enjoyed the fuck out of this movie.
How many people were in the theater?
Just two. Just me and him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was a small theater. It was a small theater at 2:00 in the afternoon.
I went Saturday at 1:30, and
that's Saturday at 1:30, dude. This was at 2:00 on a Monday.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. All right, man. I was super excited about this movie that did not disappoint. Like Bob Odenkirk was fucking amazing, dude.
He was great and everything. And it was just like, I didn't ever see him in a role like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never saw him. And I always seen him in comedies. He was in Second City.
He was Mr. Show with Bob and David.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Bob Odenkirk, I mean,
he's on the Tim and Eric show.
Yeah,
you ever see him on that? He always does comedy. And even when he did an interview with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? Did you
watch it where you basically half the interview was act like
he came out like he's all messed up. He's like, there's stunt double. There's stunt doubles, Jimmy? What are you talking about stunt doubles? What's a stunt double?
Yeah, I watched the interview. It's great to see Bob Odenkirk basically kicking ass. He's always sort of played second fiddle to David Cross until just now. You know what I mean?
Well, he didn't play second fiddle to anybody in Better Call Saul. This made an ordinary man into a John Wick. It made a guy, just badass. Because at first you're like, oh, I know what this movie's about. Yeah. And they just tease you. They just keep teasing it. They just keep teasing it until finally there's the straw that broke the camel's back, and he just goes for it, and it's awesome.
It's John Wick before Chapter 4, but with Bob Odenkirk, which I did not expect. And when I saw the preview, I'm like, this could you could be either really good or really bad, and luckily it's really good. It's
and he trained for like 2 years to get in shape to do the action scenes and stuff like that. He said he loved every minute of it.
Yeah, dude. I was super pleased with Nobody, and it was enough to get me to theaters, and I'm proud. I'm happy about it. I mean, when do you get your second shot, by the way?
What was that?
When do you get your second shot?
You mean my vaccine shot? What the fuck? We're talking about movies. Why the fuck?
When you get your second vaccine shot?
Next Friday of next week. All right.
Fine.
You. Why the fuck are we fucking talking about that fucking shit, you fucking asshole?
All right.
I'm in the middle of talking about fucking Nobody. And you're like, hey, let's talk about pandemic. No, fuck you.
I was talking about because we went to theaters with people who either not vaccinated or vaccinated, and you and I are at least halfway there.
Yeah, I had a mask on the whole time, even though it's just me and my father-in-law.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're in the same bubble, so it's I don't know. But anyway, the action sequences were really realistic, but fantastic at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it like went real into like fantasy.
Just so you guys know, both movies we're talking about today, bunch of impossible shit happens.
Yeah. The next movie we talk about, Godzilla versus Kong, you can't ask the question why ever. Anyway, and in this movie, I'm gonna say it made 2 action stars in one movie. One, it made Bob Odenkirk just look amazing as a badass.
Yeah.
And then the second action star it made was, of course, the great, the awesome Christopher fucking Lloyd.
How could I have been so careless?
He wasn't careless in this movie.
No, he wasn't. There is one scene, and I'm not going to ruin it and tell you what happens or anything like that, but there is one scene where Christopher Lloyd literally has 6 shotguns hanging from himself. And if that's not enough to make you want to see this fucking movie, I don't know why you're listening to a movie podcast.
The only thing I wish they would have done is maybe put subtitles under what he says. Because I was like, what did you just say?
What is he, like 80, 90? Like, how old is
I think he's
he? Has to be old by this point, right?
Because he was old in Back to the Future. You know what I mean?
Well, he wasn't really that old. Well, 1938 was when he was born. So he's pretty old. So in 2008, he was 70. So that makes plus 12. So he's like 82 years old.
Yeah, he's old. He's old.
Yeah, he's old, dude.
But he was awesome in this. Yeah, I was glad to see him in this.
Each person played their part really, really well.
And Riz is in this. It's just Riz is in it, and he's great in it too. Like I love Riz and everything's in, and this is one of them.
Yeah, and my thing about this movie was, all right, you know me, I can pick up on all foreshadowing. Like usually I'm very like I can pick up. Oh, that's gonna happen. Now I know. I see that. I know that's gonna happen. I saw all the foreshadowing coming, all of it. I knew when, where, and why. Every single moment I saw something, I knew 30 minutes beforehand. And guess what? I did not give a fuck.
No, this movie is top-notch entertainment. If you love John Wick, you're gonna love this movie. 100%.
Not even if you like John Wick, just like because John Wick is more hitman killing hitman, and it doesn't get to the hitman killing hitman kind of thing until like the end of this movie. But like the buildup of
the build-up's fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
like when you sort of get in you get to know who Hutch is and what he used to be, and it introduces it slowly. So decisions that he made early in the film make sense later on. We learn about Hutch later on, like what he's been through. So it's like it's really it's paced really well. You know what I mean? And
all right. Well, let's give some quotes from this movie, and then let's give our ratings on.
All right, sure.
Who the fuck are you? Me? I'm nobody. I had to do that one. I wish they would have broken me in my place. I could have used the workout. I just want something that's mine, and that's it. Now I know why you didn't do what you were going to do and why you didn't do the thing you didn't do. That's great wordship. There's a thing I got to do to go do them the best go. So I best go do it. Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet, motherfucker. Yeah.
So
kitty cat bracelet.
So do you let's hit your review for let's hit your number first. You do numbers.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, you got more?
Yeah, okay. Motherfucker, you interrupt me. What the fuck? I hope these guys like hospital food. Do you remember who we used to be? I do. Oh. Go down there, hide, and don't call 911. Let's see. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, here we go. You brought a lot of shotguns. You brought a lot of Russians. And I'll leave it at that one. All right.
So,
Chris.
we go 1 through 5. What do you give this, man?
This is a 4.2, man. This is easily one of the most fun action movies I have seen in a long time, where it's not too much action and not too much comedy, and they have a story going into it. I love the story.
Fuck you, we're getting the same score, 4.2 for me as well.
John Poe just announced that John Wick was his all-time favorite movie because that's his name, John Poe.
Okay.
John Wick's a great movie, man. We're not dissing it by any means. All right.
Yeah, we will, John Wick. I said 4.2. Now we're going to go to the Rotten Tomatoes. So you're going to be the
both of us 4.2. We're on the exact page here.
I know, it's weird.
Hey, camera fist. There you go. All right. Okay.
So, we're going to do the audience score. What's the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes? If you guess,
81%,
95%,
95.
The audience says, grab some popcorn, action fans. If you're in the mood for creative stunts and a funny, violent, fast-paced story, nobody delivers, and 100% delivers. This is the best. This is the best action movie of 2021 so far. I mean, we're okay. And what is critics score on this?
I'm gonna say the critic score is right around 85.
81%. Not quite as high.
81. Damn,
Yeah,
they're fresh though.
Critics' consensus is nobody doesn't break. Nobody doesn't break any new ground for the genre, but this viscerally violent thriller smashes, shatters, and destroys plenty of other things, all while proving Bob Odenkirk has what it takes to be an action star. Makes me wonder Bob Odenkirk could keep on doing action movies after this. Honestly, you know,
I don't care what Bob Odenkirk does. I'm gonna watch it. I've never not liked anything he's ever put out there. There's not one thing he's put out there that I'm like, maybe not that Bob Odenkirk. No, I like the guy. I think he's great, and he's one of those actors that whatever part he plays, he makes me feel that part.
Dude, I mean, he's perfect as anything he plays. And I want to tell you something that's kind of
I can't wait for the final season of Better Call Saul. Like, it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
So I just put this together like last week, right? So Saul Goodman,
you messaged me this.
Yeah.
I laughed
so Saul
so
Goodman,
hard.
It's like it's all good, man. Like Saul Goodman.
Yeah,
like
he even says it in the show.
Yeah, because I'm retarded. That's how I am.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that word anymore, man.
I'm an imbecile. How about that?
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Let's be PC about this shit. Let's do some news.
All right, let's do some news.
This is the movies that don't suck and some that do news. I read stuff from the internet. Chris sounds like he's surprised because he doesn't read stuff all week and just plays his guitar.
I mean, I do play my guitar all week. Like honestly, dude. Like all I did yesterday was like, let me just listen to myself play guitar, and like I'm sure my wife is tired of it, but I swear I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna.
All right, let's get into the news so we can get to the last movie.
Sorry, let's do this.
Thank you. Anyway, Knives Out.
Yeah, Knives Out
is getting 2 sequels.
Oh yes.
Netflix is paying
Netflix
nearly $400 million to have Knives Out 2 and 3. Daniel Craig and director Rian Johnson are both redoing the roles. So
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited. They got a whole bunch of more information about it, but I'm going to make it nice and short. Who cares? Knives Out 2 and 3 is coming, and let's just be honest. How can that be?
I feel like it's gonna be like Columbo because they have that character that I mean, just they can do a new mystery each time. If it's as good as Knives Out, fuck yeah, dude. Can't wait.
Fuck yeah, dude. So a famous Hollywood celebrity is running for governor of your home state,
Texas. Oh, hold on. Let me guess who it is. Just tell me who it is.
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah, is he for sure doing it now?
He says he's ready to start a new chapter. This is from Vanity Fair too, man. I'm not pulling this from some like shitty second rate. This is Vanity Fair, and he says that he is down, he is ready, and that the next part of his life he thinks is going to be the political step.
I'd like to see what his policies are. I'm sure he's going to legalize weed.
I mean, like, what is his concept going to be? Is he going to go up to people and go, all right, we're going to make me the governor. It's going to be all cool. All right.
How many times was he Stoner of the Year for High Life?
Oh my gosh. I can't even count. Like 4 million, I think is how many times. Like, I don't know. Do you like Hugh Jackman?
I like Hugh Jackman. Yeah, sure.
Do you like him as Wolverine?
Yeah. He was great.
Do you remember X-Men 1 where he had the cool Wolverine jacket with the 3 yellow things on it? You can go buy that right now.
Very much.
The jacket that he wore in X-Men.
Oh shit!
He is putting it up for auction, and it is going to all of it's going to charity.
It's
yeah. So is a banjo signed by Steve Martin, a pair of Elton John's glasses, a Downton. I always get that wrong. A Downton Abbey screenplay, They are all going up for the Actors Fund and at the Dolly Auctioneers and Appraisers. If you want to vote on it, it all goes for charity. It helps an organization that supports workers in performing arts and entertainment, helping more than 17,000 people a year. So,
do we have good billionaires listen to the podcast? Are they going to vote on this for us?
Hey, if there's billionaires on the podcast, give me some money, mofo. Anyway, so Grogu is getting his own show.
Grogu?
Yeah, Grogu.
Who's Grogu?
Baby fucking Yoda.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you, pal. I haven't even watched. I've been. I'm really behind on the Mandalorian.
Grogu show set as Luke's Jedi Academy in development. Mark Hamill returning.
Shit, really?
Yeah, that's the game plan so far. Okay. So Lucasfilm announced an untitled series about Luke's Jedi Academy is in development, giving The Mandalorian yet another spin-off show. Hamill, whose likeness was digitally recreated for Mandalorian Season 2, will be involved. There's a full press release below if I want to read it. I don't really want to. But what more information do you need?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so who's your favorite character in the Mortal Kombat world?
Johnny Cage.
So what if I told you, bro, that they got someone they're talking to about playing Johnny Cage?
I think that you're talking about Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is in talks to play Johnny Cage.
Oh, man.
They said maybe the reason they're pushing it back a week is that they've already been in talks with him, and they might be adding an end credit scene where Keanu Reeves would be in it.
Shit, that'd be all about that, honestly. Yeah.
I mean is he going to be the one, dude?
It comes out this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude. It's on HBO Max, but...
Yeah, it's on April 23rd now. It was April 16th. But, all right. So we got to talk about this one because I'm sure my buddy that we are about to talk to in 5 seconds is probably listening, waiting for us to give him a ring-a-ding-ding. So 2 things I want to talk about. One is Anthony Ramos. You would know him from In the Heights actor, has been set to be the main actor in the new Transformers movie coming out.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So that's cool. They don't really... Paramount and Hasbro has tapped Creed 2 helmer Stephen Caple Jr. to direct. So the guy who directed Creed 2. And the script is by Joby Allen, who has taken over for James Vanderbilt. So... there's another Transformers movie coming out.
To be honest, man, I don't give a fuck about the Transformers.
Well, I mean, you don't care about the 80s. I understand. Anyway. And talking about the 80s, this is the last piece of news that we're going to talk about. And this one makes me happy. It makes the 5-year-old in me stand up and scream. If my mom is listening to this or one of the viewers right now, she would tell you because I had all the fucking action figures of this place. Thundercats the movie
is action?
Happening live action.
So is this gonna look like Cats? Is that what this is gonna look like?
Directed by Adams Wingard, the person who is directing the next movie we're talking about, Godzilla versus Kong. And he said the only reason he did this was because he saw what special effects could do with Godzilla.
Oh,
with Godzilla. and he knows that this is the time where we can make a Thundercats movie look good and look real. And that's the news, man. That's all I got.
All right. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. So, do you think we should give Matt Nova a call?
Yes. All right, guys, we're calling my friend. I'm not going to give his real last name or anything like that, but he goes by Nova. Matthew Nova is a good friend of mine. I have known him for 10 years. Chris is going to give him a call right now. and he is a humongous Godzilla person. He knows all about everything Godzilla.
Good evening, gentlemen. How we doing?
How you doing, Matt?
Matt, you're live on the
Pretty
air.
good, Chris. Yourself?
Yeah, so don't say words like fuck, shit, pussy, asshole, cunt liquor. Don't say stuff like that.
So we haven't.
God fucking damn it! I'll do my best.
So we haven't spoken about Godzilla versus Kong. We're waiting to call you, but I'm gonna play a little thing for you. You totally recognize it.
Well, yeah, that's yes, I do. That's a scene from Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla in '74.
That was Kong from the.
We all watched this last night, and we're all excited to talk about Godzilla versus Kong. I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to mention that I saw Kong Skull Island actually Tuesday, and I was very, very pleased with it. So I was pumped about this one.
All right, so
well, yeah, that was awesome.
What was that?
Let's do the setup, and then let's bring them in on a conversation. So
yeah.
Sorry, I opened a beer and it like literally just poured all over me.
Godzilla vs. Kong, directed by Adam Wingard. He did a segment on VHS. He did You're Next. I don't know if you guys remember You're Next. It was great. And The Guest in 2014. Do you remember that, dude?
Yes, I do. And VHS, You're Next. The Blair Witch, which was 2016's Blair Witch, so the one that was kind of better, and now announced that he's going to be doing the motherfucking Thundercat movie. Anyway,
Alexander Skarsgård starring in this is Nathan Lind. Oh, that's not it. Oh,
that's not it. Hit the right button, fucker.
The bond between a vampire and his maker is stronger than you can imagine. Perhaps one day you'll find out.
We also got Millie Bobby Brown playing Madison Russell.
Friends don't lie.
That's good right there. We also got Rebecca Hall as Eileen Andrews. It's not either. Sorry.
Yeah, who exactly is going to make love?
And it's also got Kyle Chandler, Lance Reddick. But honestly, who's the real star of this movie?
Kaylee Hoddle has to be.
You think so? I was thinking maybe it was or
Matt, you on the line?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now this is the thing I'm going to say, and I think maybe you'll agree with me a little bit. And I didn't even talk about this with you earlier about this part, but was this a King Kong movie with parts of Godzilla in it? Because it did seem like they took a lot of time.
That's exactly what I thought too. Yeah, they sure did. They made it basically a Kong movie with a Godzilla special guest star. Totally felt like that. Totally felt like that.
So the thing about this movie and a lot of Godzilla movies are the ones that came out in the last 10 years is that, to me, the least compelling thing about this movie are the human elements of it. To me, I'm a pretty big fan of kaiju fights, even though I didn't really like Pacific Rim that much. But to me, the action in this was top notch.
Oh yeah, totally agree. Totally agree with you, Chris.
Now, first,
it was definitely on par with the last one.
So, one of the things that I found out was that, do you know that King Kong in the 1933 movie King Kong Attacks is the first animated full special effects character that was not played by an actor?
I did not know that.
Did you know that, Matt?
That's exactly correct. Yes, Ray Harryhausen.
Yeah, I brought information, Matt, because I know you can fucking outdo me 10 times over on all this.
So I know you guys like King of Monsters. I wasn't a big fan of King of Monsters, but I really like this movie. I really enjoyed Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, I remember us because the listeners, for you guys to know, Matt Nova went with us. We got to go to a press release of Godzilla King of Monsters like a week before it came out. and I was the only person I could think of to bring was Matt Nova, and I was like, hey. Yeah, we got to go. And me and Matt were having a great time talking about this movie coming out of the theater. Chris was like hiding in the corner, like we just like took his prom date.
I really had to pee. I really had to pee. I really had to pee. So I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of King of the Monsters, but I really liked Skull Island, and I really liked this movie. But I'm with you guys. I think I could have used a little more Godzilla. I really do.
Now the
I was disappointed there wasn't enough monsters in it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they played some monsters in it because they did the reboot of well, not the reboot, but they did the going into the center of the going to the weird world. I'm trying not to spoil this by not saying exactly what's going on.
Just say the upside down.
The upside down. They went into the upside down.
Oh, dude, you nailed it. Yes.
Like I was saying, to me, the human elements are the least compelling part of this movie. Like a lot of times it's like, God, fucking get to it. But I mean, I liked the podcaster at the beginning, even though he didn't use a mic to record his fucking podcast. I was like, I know this is super esoteric for me to harp on, but I was like, is Bernie Hayes not really using a mic to report the podcast? Just talking to the mic in his fucking computer like a weirdo. But yeah, that's just me.
So, Matt.
Literally, when that scene came on, Neil, Karen leaned over to me and goes, "Oh my God, Neil's in this fucking movie."
All right, so Matt, being the big Godzilla guy, and I know you are because you have classic toys from when the originals came out. You have T-shirts, hoodies. I mean,
honestly, when we went to see King of Monsters, I looked over Nova, and he was just like, I could tell he could barely contain himself. He was just like super excited about it.
and I get that. I get that as being a super nerd. So, Mr. Nova. So, what in this movie do you think? What made you the happiest seeing watching this movie?
Without giving it away at all, the way it played out at the very end, I thought it was spectacular. It's got something for everybody.
Oh, sure.
Whether you're a fan of Zilla or a fan of Kong, it's got something for everybody. It's the way it's played out. It's perfectly done.
I mean,
nice.
The ending was definitely great on this.
Yeah, and at one point, man, I thought it was like, to be honest, when it got Zilla versus Kong, like the couple of fights we got in between the movie, there's some parts I was like,
wait, do you mean versus? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Ape versus Lizard by the T-shirt on our bonfire. Anyway, so no, like what I'm talking about is like there's certain parts when they got into fights where to me it almost seemed like a WWE wrestling match. You know, like I saw a suplex through a skyscraper, and I was just like, "What is that? Did he just suplex? Did he just choke slam him?" Like there were several fights.
I was actually watching it with my brother, and he was like, "How many people died? Do you think while they were fighting?"
Well, if you guys are huge fans of movies and everything, you should have recognized one scene from Lethal Weapon.
Oh, I didn't. Point that out to us.
Remember the shoulder slam into the building to fix the dislocated shoulder?
Yeah, I do remember.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, and he did that.
Lethal Weapon right there.
Yes, that was you are correct. That was very Lethal Weapon. You know what? I did even actually think that when I saw that, whereas like I know in a movie I seen where somebody puts their shoulder back into place, like Kong did there. Now any parts of this, like in the older original like Godzilla movies or anything like that, did they ever talk about having like that mystical upside down place? Was that a thing?
Actually, yes. There are a couple books this borrowed heavily from. Godzilla at World's End and the new Godzilla Monster Island. Both books were written by Michael Sisney. They came out in 2000 and 2001, respectively. A lot of the plot devices are heavily borrowed from there.
Okay, good. It's good to know that they're actually pulling from like official Godzilla and Kong war.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Very much so.
So
I recommend those are both quick reads.
Nice. So one of the other questions I would have is like, do you think that the Godzilla versus Kong movie sticks to the genre because it goes from like the mad scientist, then someone is actually an evil companion, then the monster fight, then it turns to, somebody trying to figure out why they're fighting. Is that a pattern that is from the old movies, or is that just new in this new series?
No, that's still from the old movies. In the Terror of Mechagodzilla, there was a mad scientist who worked with aliens to eradicate humankind because they killed his daughter. So it sticks with the classic 60s, 70s film.
So that brings a question. I'm not going to give anything away by saying this, but are we going to get more explanation what happens in the Upside Down, do you think?
Oh, dude, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I do know that it was announced that they have started renegotiations with Toho to keep Godzilla's license.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
If it's anything like Godzilla vs. Kong, the next movies, I can't wait, honestly. Like you said, I wasn't a fan of King of Monsters, but with Godzilla vs. Kong, he gave me that kaiju thing that I wanted. I was all about that. At least the last 30 minutes of it, I was all about it.
All right. So
the international release went great in Japan. So they immediately started negotiations Sunday night.
Yeah, and did you see this on HBO Max, Nova?
No, actually, through Toho's site.
Okay.
You thought he saw this
Toho
on TV, motherfucker?
Sorry about that.
This motherfucker risked life, death, and fucking family to go see this in a fucking theater. Don't say he's gonna watch this on TV.
It's just that this is the movie they're saying that will bring people back to the theater. I really hope it does. I can't wait to be at the theater.
Oh yeah, no.
Go ahead.
No. I was like, dude, you have to see in the theater. We rented I bought tickets 2 weeks ago for the Center Rose at the IMAX theater at B&B in Liberty. We had center seats.
So the thing is about actually next week I'm actually attending a film festival, Panic Film Fest, downtown Kansas City at Screenland, and I mean, so I've been ready to go back to the theaters for weeks now, but I'm hoping that Godzilla versus Kong is the one that gives people the confidence to go back, so we can get back to seeing movies how they're meant to be seen on the big screen, including Godzilla vs. Kong included. And I watched it on my projector with my soundbar downstairs, so I got this close to the theater.
Yeah, he has a huge projector downstairs on a big fucking wall, dude. Like he has his own little movie theater.
Yeah, and I turned the shit up loud, turned the lights off. It was great.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do, Matt. For the first, it will actually be the second time because Sarah was the first one besides us. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna read my quotes that I normally do, and then I'm gonna allow you to score this movie like we do, which is 1 through 5. Now it's not 1 through 10, so think 1 through 5, and where you would put this on that scale.
And it can be like a 1.2. It can be a point, but yeah, we go 1 through 5.
It can be a 4.9. It can be whatever. It can be whatever you think. But let me read the quotes that I wrote from this movie, and then after that, we're gonna go to you, Matt. I want to hear your score on this, and we're gonna give our scores on this too as well. Being movie reviewers and not Godzilla people that need to. I mean, how many Godzilla tattoos do you have?
Oh geez, I'm in my the Godzilla room right now. I've got 18 figures out right now. And Neil,
and I have one here.
I wore my shirt you bought me.
There's one that you got me. Here, 1 second. It's actually right over here, right behind me. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Oh, looks cool. Looks killer. Looks killer.
Yeah. So he gave me King Caesar. Yeah, definitely. I have that on my shelf right behind me over here that you guys see all the time in the podcast. So all right, let's read some quotes and then we'll get our score. All right. So first quote is, "You ever wonder what we are doing here? Like what we're really, really doing here. It's about working together for a safer world. There's nothing we know in this world, but we have to stop Godzilla. Who's the idiot that came up with this idea? Kong bows to no one. I drink tap water. Yeah, I thought that. Do you trust the guy? Yeah, why? Because he says crazy shit all the time. Oh, here's a bag. For what? For the vomit? Is there such a corporate term for sacrifice area? Because I think we're in it. And of course, I heard this one time, and I laughed so hard when I heard it. Are you ready? Everybody, you can probably do it with me. Godzilla! But that's all of them. Matt Nova, the Godzilla expert, what is your score?
Out of 5, I give it 4.8 charred body parts.
4.8. All right, Chris, what's your score?
Mine's probably a 4. I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan, so it's not as emotionally entrenched in me as it is probably for you and Matt. So a 4 is fair for this one. But I really had a good time. It exceeded my expectations for sure.
I give it a 4.3, and the reason being is because to me it's kind of like Infinity War or like Endgame. You know, I'm not saying it's the last movie of a complete, but it is in a sense of this phase of the Godzilla King Kong movies, because they started with Godzilla, they started with Kong, Skull Island, and they did Godzilla King of Monsters, which led up to this. So, I mean, to do 4 movies that are directly connected, but they're not in a way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we all sort of fell for Godzilla. We all sort of fell for Kong, and to see them fight was kind of like watching mommy and daddy fight. You know what I mean? Like you loved them both.
Oh God!
It's like I like you, Godzilla, but I like you, King Kong. You guys did great in your movies. I don't know why. Why?
Why are you hurting each other?
For me, being a wrestling fan, this is like me seeing Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6, where I was just like, "Oh my God, why are the two good guys fighting?" You know, but Matt.
Yes,
Matt.
sir.
All right. I highly appreciate you joining in on our podcast. Thank you for every much. Anytime we have more Godzilla news, I'll be more than happy to have you on here. You have a good day, sir.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Rock on. Of course, guys. Take care. Enjoy your night. And it would have been a 5 if I had been able to see the movie with you guys.
Oh, just because you could give us a reach around. We know. Anyway,
do what I can. Love you guys. Take care.
Love you guys. Bye.
It's nice to have him on.
Yeah, dude, he was nice. He was nice. He didn't do anything too bad. Like, he didn't tell any embarrassing stories about me back in the past. I mean, I'm
sure there are plenty of them. I'm sure there are plenty of them.
Oh, there's so many.
Dude, what's that happen when we get famous and people are like, "I knew Neil. This is what happened when I was with him."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many things I did in the past that I'd never want to ever admit that I did.
Yeah. So
anyway, what do we got coming up next, bro?
That's a good question. I know that I had texted you, but I totally forgot the 2 movies I had recommended. There's a couple movies coming out. So Minari is one of the things we're watching. Finally, it's a movie that's been talked about, and it'll probably get talked about even more early into the Oscars. But we actually have 2 choices for next week. Unholy is one of them,
or Concrete Cowboy.
Yeah, and they're both
good. Like, I mean, looking at the trailer, at least. I mean, I haven't watched them, so I'm not gonna say they're both great movies. So, I don't know, man. Which one do you want? Unholy has the great Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it, dude.
I know, and I knew that she'd be into that, so I sent it to you. But it's also PG-13, so I'm kind of like iffy.
I know, but man, did you just? He was on Hot Ones today.
I didn't see that one. I got to see that one.
Oh yeah, he had like a cut in his tongue, and so everything that was
no
hot.
fucking way.
Oh yeah, and then the Kansas City sauce, the bomb. Oh man, you gotta hear his comments on that one because he goes full Negan on that bitch.
So
but I don't know.
We'll figure it
we're
out.
gonna fight it out for the next. We're gonna fight it out for the next couple days, and we'll figure.
But for sure, Minari will be on there. Minari will be one of them.
Yeah, Minari is gonna be one because we've both been interested. You know what? Fuck it. This is the way I think of it.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, Minari has Glenn.
Yeah, from
The Walking Dead.
So we gotta watch.
The first person Negan killed was Glenn with the baseball bat. It's not a spoiler. It's been 4 years, dude.
So
I gotta say spoiler. Hey, everybody, guess what? At the end of Batman '89, Joker dies. You know what the fuck? Am I supposed to say spoiler on that?
So listen, should I watch after Glenn dies? Because after that, I was like, fuck this show. I don't even want to do this anymore.
I mean, it's the last season, dude. It's it. It's done.
I know, but when Negan, but 3 seasons ago is when Negan showed up, and that's when I stopped.
Yeah,
watching.
but Negan is now. I mean, this is actually a spoiler.
Shut the fuck up! If you're gonna tell me to watch it, I gotta go watch it.
Negan is now around a lot.
Okay.
I mean, without ruining the show, I can't really tell you more than that. He's around like a lot.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I'll take that. I'll take that as an answer and figure out what you mean. If I decide to jump back on the Walking Dead train,
I would do I would just do like a recap of the last couple of years because the last 2 were they're here and there, but this last year and a half was actually pretty good.
Okay,
they got some good stuff going on.
And
we're gonna do a final party at my mother-in-law's house.
Oh yeah, is Fear the Walking Dead a thing?
Yes, still Fear the Walking Dead still a thing.
Okay, they're still making them.
And they got some more things going on. There's a whole
I know
lot
they're gonna do a movie with Andrew Lincoln. I know that, like a Walking Dead movie. That might be a TV movie, but I know he left in the warehouse. Carl. I don't know where Carl is at, but I'll find out. I'm sure.
I met the creator once. He was really nice. And his wife, Tony Moore.
Gene Kirkman. Oh, Tony Moore. Okay.
Yeah, the artist that created Walking Dead.
I mean, you're a big fan of it. When it came out, you were super excited for it, I'm sure.
Oh, dude, I'm still a good fan of it. I just don't really overbear everybody because I know it's been on for 10 years.
And in a couple weeks, I'll be giving my quick review of Panic Fest. There's a few zombie films going on there. So, dude, I wish you could be here. I really do.
I know. So do I. But I have, I literally have nothing to do. You buy me the ticket, I'll come up.
I don't know if I can afford to buy you a festival pass.
No, I've seen your bank account. It's fine unless you're paying for your
brother. Come on, dude.
I'm just kidding. I love Matt. I love anybody named Matt. I have so many people named Matt that I like.
Yeah,
that are good friends of mine.
Yeah, there's your friend who
there's Nova, there's Yates, there's Matt,
my brother.
Your brother. Yeah, I like your brother. It's like every time I meet him, actually the best friend growing up before I became a heavy metal dude was Matt. His name was Matt too, and he was my best friend.
The only other Neil I've known was a kind of a dickhole, but his name wasn't spelled the same. So
there's only one Matt I know. It's kind of an a-hole, but he's an a-hole in a way I like. But I think he hates me half the time. I don't know. I don't think he understands me. I mean, if we grew up together or something, I think he'd get me a better. But
do you know any other Chris's besides me?
Yes, but I don't want to talk about that on the air.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a guy I lived with above the movie theater in Napanee, Indiana.
Do you think he listens to the podcast?
No, I don't care if he does, because believe me, if I ever saw him again, I'd probably knock him the fuck out.
Well, make sure next time you see me, you don't get him.
There's a guy named Chris Kime I grew up with in Napanee. I don't mind saying his name. He was a good guy. He was a good dude. Okay. Besides that, let me see. Any other Chris's? These other Chris's I know. These other Chris I know. Oh, Chris that bought our shirt and freaking put it on. Yeah, he was a good dude. He's a really good dude. So I guess I only met one bad Chris in my life.
That's me.
No. Oh, actually, before we end this, because I just want to tell a story, and this is how we'll end it.
Go for it.
All right, and because this ends on a good Chris note.
Okay.
There's this guy named Christopher that worked for me at Denny's when I was a general manager of a Denny's many moons ago. And usually I worked night shift, but I didn't. I had my shift leader who was a crackhead. She was managing that night, and I was coming in at 6 a.m. because my one guy was out for a week or whatever because he's on vacation. Anyway, so I came in to my office and the door's locked because my shift lead leaves early, whatever. Anyway, there's an envelope on the door and it said to Neil from Chris. And I opened up that letter, and in that letter said, oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I wholly spaced what it said.
You have to search this up. What's going on?
Oh yeah, I got to look it up a little bit. Here we go. It says, "Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone, and I've made up my mind, and I ain't wasting no more time. Fuck this place, I quit. Signed, Chris." So, like, literally, one, it sucked that I lost, a good employee.
Mm-hmm.
But two, I framed that. And it was on my wall in Denny's. And I was like, if you're ever going to fucking quit, you do it to fucking Whitesnake. You do it to Whitesnake. And as soon as my shift was over that day, which was like, I think I was done about 2-3 o'clock that day. His apartment was in the same apartment complex as me. Like literally, you walked out of my building, walked over next building was his apartment. Both front patio apartments. We came over to each other's houses all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went, doo-doo-doo-doo. He's like, I'm not coming back. Like, that was the first thing he said to me.
Yeah,
like, yeah, I know. And he's like, cool. What do you want to do? It's like, well, let me come in. And I was like, boop. And I had a big bag of weed.
Yeah.
And we just smoked a shit ton of weed, played Nintendo 64. That's how long ago this was.
Yeah.
And I told him, I go, that was the greatest way anyone has ever quit in all the stores I ever managed. And to this day, I still love that guy. I still have a painting he painted me somewhere in my collection of stuff. I don't know how I kept it over the fucking 20 years, but I do. But Chris, that's to you. Chris, I love you. Let's wrap it up. Hit that theme music.
Well, actually, I gotta give our stuff again. Visit online moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We're on Patreon at patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. And we have a bonfire. Just search our name, you will find stuff by us. And I just realized I'm pretty drunk right now. So
you're pretty drunk. You do.
But yeah, are you ready? You good?
I'm always ready.
We gotta do that again. And here we go.
That's another episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Stuff Too. My name's Neil.
Not Chris.
And remember, every time you're walking around thinking you're nobody, don't do that. Remember to yourself, you're either a Godzilla or you're a King Kong. Just matters who you talk to about your time in bed. Have a good night.
We did,
one more
pal.
Godzilla theme. One more.
Oh, you want to hear it again? We'll see.
So great. Thank you, everybody, for watching on the stream. Not just the people that are watching live, but the people that watch it later, because I've seen that. You guys all have a good night. Have a good day. Make sure to take care of each other. Love each other. And all that shit.